Hi, this is Dale with Northern Pass Properties. I just wanted to talk to you a little bit today about owning investment property in our city. El Paso is the type of community where we do have a lot of owners that will buy a property, military, and possibly move away within a few years because they PCS or get out of the military or whatnot. Maybe they don't have the right equity in the home, but they turn to property management, which is great. This is wonderful. We have definitely a lot of our owners are in this situation. What I want to talk to you is that person that is on the cusp of deciding whether they want to try to sell it or put it up in property management. A lot of times we have to make a property look phenomenal, look great in order to make it rent ready, make somebody want to choose our property. And that's, I think, the reason why we rent our property so fast. Is that we try to get our properties just looking fantastic from the get-go. If you're trying to sell a property, sometimes it can be a little bit more as is. You might not need to put fresh paint. You might not need to put new carpets or touch up the landscaping, things like that. But when it comes to rental properties, you do. You need to make sure that your house is better than the competition because you want them to rent your property. And we want the best tenants possible. So we rent them out and they look great. What you need to realize is that all these owner occupants that now are vacating and giving it over to property management, those owner occupied properties are now investment properties to that owner. And in order to have a good investment, you're going to have to invest into the property to make it be profitable. Sometimes we'll get properties and we have to put in a new paint. When we, Northern Pass Properties, paints a house, we use the same semi-gloss paint color. It's like a light beige. You can see that on our website. Most of our homes are the same color. That way, when we have to do a touch-up painting between tenancies, that house is going to look phenomenal when we get it back. It will always look brand new, and that's what we want to get to. You take a property that CMA comes out to maybe $1,000 a month. If we get a property and it's not up to par, you don't have the money to put into it. It's not gonna rent for $1,000. It might rent for $915, $925 as is. I'm just saying. So you'll need to have funds available if you don't think that your house is going to be ready from the get-go. So a lot of times, yeah, we have to ask for some funds to make sure that we get it correct the first time, and it'll always maintain that. When we get a property that doesn't have mini blinds, let's say, we'll give you a quote. It's going to cost this much to put mini blinds in the whole thing. That's a one-time expense. From that point on, it'll be the tenant's responsibility to keep those mini blinds, looking brand new. If they move out and they're cracked or they're bent, if they're not repairable, which typically they're not, the tenant will be responsible to replace those mini blinds. So it's just something to keep in mind. There is upfront costs, repair costs sometimes involved, but I just want to make sure that you stay on the same page in the sense that it is an investment property. To keep profits coming in, you're going to have to invest in it. Sometimes between tenancies, after a few years, we'll touch base again about certain items. Maybe switching from evaporative cooling to refrigerated air, from carpet to tile, something that's more durable. Granite countertops are kind of inexpensive to what most people think. We could easily get you a quote for granite that would make the house look phenomenal, look great, and replace those laminate old countertops, and you've just transformed a kitchen just with $1,000, $2,000. So keep those little things in mind. Again, you have any questions? I'm Dale with Northern Pass Properties. Thank you.